Hi everyone, this is me, Honey, and I'm back. Today I was going to talk to you about my IB experience and how I'm feeling in the IB. So, at the beginning of the year, when IB started, I had big and very huge expectations. I prepared everything. I said I'll do everything as the thing goes on, as the year goes along. I'll go with the flow, and I began. But what happened was, we were assigned to our subjects. I was happy, and it was so on. In certain subjects like physics and chemistry, the teachers changed after a month of studying with them. This affected a lot in physics because we were changed to a teacher who had 30 years of experience, so we had high expectations from him. But unfortunately, we couldn't we couldn't get along with him because he wasn't the best teacher. As other people were complaining about him, the students who take standard level, as IB is a program where you do higher than standard subjects. And my physics was a higher physics, and when we were split because of too many students in a class, 18, they told us that we're going to be shifted to Mr. Ayub's class, and Mr. Ayub wasn't one of the best teachers in the world. He didn't actually understand things, he actually memorized them. So when we asked him for explanations, he was like, refer back to the same equation again and again. Whereas we were used to that equation, and every lesson we went to him, he used to start with that equation, as if that equation isn't the beginning. Well, we had good expectations, but when we went into a subject, we weren't doing good. Our marks were not that high, and he wasn't happy with us. But obviously, we weren't happy with him. We tried to be good with him until when the IA came. First IA we started, it was something completely different to what we were doing. But we managed to do our IA. I managed to do my IA and give it to him. He didn't mark it. That's not nice. And he was like, I'll mark it. And then the next day I asked him, I'll mark it. The following day, lesson I asked him, he'll say, I haven't got a chance to mark them, and so on. But then one day, suddenly, he was absent, and we were back with our old teacher. We were doing another topic about specific heat capacity, and that time was a very good time because I actually understood the topic really well, and that was the topic where I increased my mark. Well, it was a big increase, not the greatest increase, but a big increase. And when we were with him, it felt like infinity and beyond, because their knowledge and our knowledge, as in my knowledge, wasn't that great because of our teacher, Mr. Ayub. He wasn't teaching us he wasn't going through the syllabus. The way he was teaching us wasn't as good as what our previous teacher used to teach us. He was amazing. This teacher was very good, and I really thank him because now I've really understood so many things. Yet, this physics is still a hard subject, not as easy as people think, and no one thinks it's easy, except for a few people who say they can do it pretty well. Chemistry wasn't a big deal. When we changed, I really liked the change. Well, I was used to the teacher for a month now. I was used to him, his techniques, until when we were changed, the first few days were like confusing a bit. I couldn't understand the way he was teaching. I wasn't getting into the flow, as the teacher wasn't as active. He's a different kind of teacher. He teaches in a different way. I really enjoyed his teaching after a few days, and after a few weeks, as in 2 weeks, I got used to him completely. And when we had the test, I did really good on it. Well, I did okay, but then the next test was really good. I managed to get good marks because by then I was used to him, his techniques, his teaching, everything. Some of my class students were with him last year, or the year before that, and in other subjects, my profile's really going. Not profile, sorry. IB is really going good. And in other subjects, English, we've been doing so many fun things, newspapers, and I've been enjoying them. And my experience is doing really good. Every day I'm learning something new. Every day I'm learning something new from my friends, from teachers. It's really good. Geography is going really good. My math is very interesting. Every time I go, the teacher has something new to tell us. And the teacher, whenever you ask him something, he said he thinks we're too smart. That he not answer us. You think we know what he's done each step. When IBO days were good, some days were good, some days were bad. Well, what can you say? Some days were so good that I really enjoyed them, and I was having fun studying and doing all my work. But some days were not so good when I felt really bad and didn't feel like working. Some people even thought that I was being lazy, but I know it's just how it works with me. It's quite different, and some people think, like for example, TOK was really boring for me, and it still is really boring, but it's going good. Everyone finds it boring in our classes, especially my friends. They really find it. They find it somehow useful, but not useful at all. And we do CAS, and CAS is really going okay with me. At the beginning of the year, I wasn't doing good because I wasn't writing up my reflections. Then I started writing some reflections until now. I have written about however many activities I've added, like somehow like 6, 7, and 4 of them are like nearly full. It's going really great. But I'm really worried about the end because there's extended essay as well. It needs to be finished by summer. The deadline is November, December. Maybe it might. I'm not sure till we're in December or somewhere in December, mid-December, end December. And we need to finish it by the summer, so it's easier for us because there's lots of studying. We've done a lot of work this year, especially in physics, lots of IAs. Chemistry, we've just begun an IA, and we'll be doing it tomorrow. The other group have started their IA, and they've already done it. People have been getting good marks on it. Physics IAs are much harder in terms of marking and in terms of the requirements, because you need to do a lot of work on your graphing. You need to put error bars and make maximum lines and find the gray equations and these things can be done easily, but they're a lot of time consuming. By the time you get to the end, you're tired. Whereas for chemistry is different. You do a full IA compared to physics, where you do just DCP and CE, which is data collection and processing, where you take the data, take the calculated data into another table, and then you have to make a graph out of it. Sometimes relationships aren't linear, so you need to change them into linear relationships. That's how physics works. You need to look at linear relationships to find answers to your investigation, what you're trying to find. Whereas chemistry is completely different. You do an experiment, you go write up an IA, a complete IA, and you submit it. But there's still lots of time until we submit our main IAs, where we have to submit 2, which are worth 24% altogether, 12 each. In English, we do orals, which we'll be doing in a few weeks. That consists of you speaking about a novel you read, or something in extract from a novel, or actually it was a novella. I read Heart of Darkness, the most boring story ever. The most boring story ever. Everyone in my class hated that story. Even the movie wasn't as interesting. Well, it wasn't interesting at all. We did some poetry in English, which was amazing. We are still doing them, and they're amazing. They make more sense than Heart of Darkness. Heart of Darkness was the novella we're going to get tested on, either Heart of Darkness or the poem. 6 extracts, 3 from each. and you have a chance of getting one out of the whole. So there's an even chance. So there is 1 of a 6 chance for us. Either 3 out of 6 will be the novella from the darkness, 3 extracts that we need to analyze, or 3 from the poetry, one of the 3, any of the 4 poetries that our teacher will choose. English is going good. My subject Arabic is going okay. Every day we go there, we start something new topic, but we haven't really got into it. We started late, as in we were in the beginning. We weren't following the syllabus. We were doing some things that were practice for the finals, not actually the classwork. Now we started doing the actual classwork, where we are looking at a story from a book which has 6 stories in it, 6 short stories of maybe about 7-10 pages that are very deep, intense, and we need to we need to analyze it basically. In maths, as I told you, it's going good, but we need to do a portfolio. No, it's called something known as exploration, where we do an experiment and we write about it. It can be in any area of knowledge. It can be in any area of knowledge, which is close to math, which is linked with math, like physics. A simple experiment will do, but we need to write a lot, 2,000 words, I guess. Somewhere around that area. Geography, we already did our IAs and we haven't finished them, and we're ahead of time in geography and ahead of time and actually doing good with chemistry. Maths, we are doing okay, but the tests aren't as easy as the study looks, as the chapter looks. The previous test we did wasn't as easy, and we had to stop it in the middle because we had to go for an important meeting about universities from the UK. And every day is a new day. It's going good, and I'll continue with more next time. Thank you.